It is EG versus TSM, which formerly Undying. Of course, their logo has not changed, but don't worry, production's going to have a little hack there, Cinderin.
Yeah.
Little hot fix to the Dota2 client. Game number 2, EG. I mean, let me ask you this. So TSM, they have shown a lot of resiliency.
Yeah.
Right?
Resilience.
Resiliency?
Resilience.
The crickets were perfect. They've shown a lot of resilience. God, being corrected on English from a non-English speaker like yourself. Yeah. Anyway, after a loss like that, what kind of effect do you think it's going to have on TSM? Because they have very good mental, right? That's what I take away from them.
I definitely don't think they're too phased by the last game loss, because I think it was very clear to them that it was a close game and they did a lot of things very right. They had one moment in the end that they, kind of dropped the ball, you could argue, but it was more of EG's excellent setup than TSM making a blatant huge error, in my opinion. But this time around, I feel like EG just got off to the better start or the better setup here with the draft compared to last game. Last game I really liked both teams' drafts. This time I'm siding EG a little bit more, because I feel like the execution that it takes from TSM here is kind of tricky to pull off. The Darkseer seemed like a, last-ditch pick, almost, like what was left that Saberlight wanted to play there. I understand the synergy with Vacuum into, Ball Lightning, for example. You can put the Ion Shell on the Storm like we covered on the panel, but it's not like an obvious Darkseer game by any means in terms of combo.
Yeah, I mean, the wall, it doesn't look particularly good this game, right? Like, typically when you see the wall, I mean, for the Darkseer, back in the day, Darkseer was picked literally every game. So I can see a lot of damage being applied. I mean, the Ion Shell is definitely good against Refraction, so laning-wise, this does make sense. But when you get to the mid to late game, the wall is There's no, like, illusion-based heroes. TA doesn't make the best illusions in general, because a lot of her damage is relying on Refraction. We'll see how good of a start TSM is able to get off of, because... Yeah, I mean, they came out as a favorite. Remember, they 2-0'd EG. They've won the last 4 in a row before this last game, and that game was pretty heartbreaking. I mean, that looked like TSM had it in their grasp, and just a couple mistakes.
In all fairness, so did EG, right? EG had a big lead in that game. They were like 9K up, and then they dropped to 2. So both teams had their fair share of, turnarounds. Yeah, I think one really big upside to the Darkseer pick here is how easy his lane is going to be, relatively speaking. So even if it's not the best Darkseer game in terms of combos, if the hero is farmed, it's still a very formidable hero in a lot of situations. So it should be okay without being excellent. And again, I think maybe TSM were trying to like dig deep, like what options do we have here that are good? And Saberlight might have just been like, you know what, I'm gonna find farm here on Darkseer. I can buy aura items, we can team fight. And yeah, that might have been what they were trying to accomplish here, was to find some sort of better team fighting presence.
Yeah, we can see Abed fighting up against Bryle again. It's going to be the Invoker this time for Abed, with Bryle playing the Storm Spirit. Relatively close CS, especially considering it's a Quaswex Invoker. I mean, how does Invoker fare versus a Storm in terms of CS generally? Because, I mean, we don't really see Exort very often, and that's usually how you get the last hit. Typically, Invoker gets destroyed in lane early until you get the Hand of Midas and all that good stuff.
It's got better for Quaswex after the patch where Invoker got some base damage. I would still say in this lane, I think Storm is maybe slightly favored on CS in the beginning, also because of his better ability to farm small camp. That's something that Invoker does very poorly. A little bit of a curry snipe here from Moon Meander onto Jerax. So yeah, I would say Storm pulls ahead slightly, but Quaswex Invoker does better in lane in a lot of matchups than he used to, so I'm not really too worried for Abed in that aspect. Quaswex Sword Invoker, I think, can probably draw, or maybe even win if played very well against Storm. But not by a lot.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Top lane, Tomato Morphling, Dubu back on that Bane, as we're going to see, oh wow, a lot of damage being applied from Jerax, and that's going to be first blood. Just with that little shredder on Moon Meander's face.
Yep.
I'm guessing he doesn't have a leap yet. He does. Okay, he used it to...
He's used all of them, yeah.
Interesting.
And Arteezy opting to buy Boots first item here on the TA. A way of making distance to the Ion Shells reliably against Darkseer. Very important in this lane. And he's doing just fine for himself in terms of CS, so...
Okay, well, Jerax gonna suicide to the creeps to get it back to the fountain and refresh. So back to the top lane. Tomato Morphling, Dubu. He's going to get initiated on with the charge. Inkswell combo from Nightfall and company. Not enough to actually get the kill. Actually, a beautiful block from Tomato, stuck inside the tree line. And Nightfall finally eats a tree, but I think he might be dead anyway. Trying to juke around. A couple more right clicks will suffice. Okay, that was actually the slow from Stroke of Fate might have been enough. So Nightfall looks to be fine.
That was really nice, though, from Tomato. Super heads-up play, but didn't quite make it.
Oh, wow. Little Shredder is owning right now, Jerax.
Yeah, this laning combination is kind of cool, right? The double minus armor is really... How much is it in combination? So 5 from Meld, and Little Shredder with 5 hits is... Oh, that's difficult math. 4.25, I think.
Okay, well,
something
there's
like
Blightstone
that
as well. Don't worry, don't forget about that. As we have the Inkswell again, this time in the mid lane. Bryle taking... Oh, beautiful save from Dubu. That's a Yabba Dabba Dubu right there, Cinder.
Oh, I like that.
Great.
It's 3.75, by the way. Don't correct me, chat. Okay. I know my math.
Thanks, Cinder. He has a calculator, by the way, right by him.
Yep, inside
Along with chat.
Inside my brain.
Yeah, you can call it that.
Okay.
So if you're not able to calculate something, there's some like corruption in your brain, a virus or something?
I just have really strong mental resiliency.
I see. Yeah. Resilient.
Yeah.
Can you stop joking around?
Okay.
This is a very serious game, okay?
It is.
Please.
It is. Sorry.
So Tomato looking at his CS 23-8 as we see Jerax again.
Oh, he's in trouble this time.
Yep.
Oh, they were trying to catch him mid-cookie.
Okay, he's going to leap to the low ground, but he's going to be met by the minus armor of Arteezy.
Yep.
Another meld kill.
Yeah, I really like that attempt from Saberlight. It's kind of, it becomes this mind game where you're hoping that the cookie's going to come out there and you're trying to vacuum mid-animation, but Jerax was just patient. The vacuum came out and then he jumped.
Yeah, he's having a really good game.
And actually, the correct me if I'm wrong, the Mirana got cookie stunned, right?
I believe
think so. Moonmeander leaped at the same time as he cookied down, took the stun, and then got melded, so...
Yeah, really good timing. Arrow not going to connect from Moonmeander, but Jerax looks to be dead. That's okay. Another neutral creep kill for Jerax. Are you serious? I mean, I was just gonna say. I mean, hey, that's great. You go high ground. You make him waste a little bit more mana on Storm, but he also denies himself. So a double whammy there for Jerax. Very nicely done.
Yeah, that was actually very expensive for Bryle on the mana account.
Indeed. But looking at the mid lane, I mean, how do you think this mid lane is going? Is this what you wanted as if you're coming from TSM's perspective?
I think it's fine. You know, Bryle is ahead of Invoker as expected. About 400 gold ahead right now, I think is solid. Minute 7. Hasn't died. He's hoping to... Oh, there's no rune for him to grab here, so I think he's going to do one final small camp stack here. Or not stack, but just farm the camp and then maybe get a bottle refill. That is indeed going to be the case, so here comes Dubu. Do you like this mechanic?
What mechanic?
Bottle refill.
No, I never have. But I think it's a necessary evil.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. What do you think it's because it's too punishing not to get the rune? So that if bottle refill doesn't exist, then
the
whoever gets the rune.
Tomato, ooh, the cookie misses, so he's able to get his attribute shift off. Well, he is silenced right now.
He's fine.
He doesn't even need to bother waveforming, or at least, okay, now he will. So they force that out.
If he bashes him here.
TPing, but Nightfall
Didn't find
on the other side of the tree line.
All right.
Yeah, I think, I mean, with all the complaints with RNG with, you know, runes have huge impact on the game. If runes didn't have as big of an impact, then maybe not. But Moonmeander's going to get charged. Wrong place, wrong time. EMP does deplete his mana. But he's able to get to the other side of the trees again as a bash on the courier. It's exactly who you want to get it on. Dubu, in the meantime, Inkswell is there, and he is surrounded and will be brought down shortly. Surely he's dead. Okay, the cookie. Wrong direction.
No.
Dubu. Dubu.
No.
Are you serious? Dubu.
Now that was a good camera shot. The little side eye.
He is are you serious? Arteezy's gonna get back into the wall. Pops the refraction, but he's gonna die shortly after. Nice tornado. I'll bet a little bit too late to save Arteezy, but will he be able to get a constellation kill on the Saberlight? Looks like yes is the answer to that.
Oh, he's gonna keep chasing this. Traps here.
Yeah. There's the trap number 1. Bryle. Oh, Ice Wall as well, but has enough mana to zip away. And another bottle refill. Favorite mechanic. Very nice. he's still there.
He moved a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah,
Wasn't
slightly.
he to the left before?
Yeah, he was in a little crevice. Now he's in a wider area of the tree line.
That's great.
They're going to see him with no HP. They're like, oh my god, he was there the whole time.
Yeah.
They're probably calling missing and all this good stuff.
Like, wait, what?
Play of the game from Dubu already. Nicely done. So 3-1 advantage for EG, but they're down in gold. 1K lead for TSM right now.
A lot of that is sitting on the mid lane, right? 700 lead for Abed there, and the supports about 600 ahead combined. So that is, if my math is correct, about 1,000.
Very good.
Oh, Crit and Jarex are fishing for something here. Dubois level 6.
Courier coming in. Nightmare is going to stop Abed in his tracks. He's going to get nether struck though. The cookie to follow. They don't have vision though. Moonlight Shadow really helping him out. And there's the grip. Nice rotation from TSM. Abed is dead.
How is Dubu level 6?
Oh, he leashed a lot of XP sitting in that corner.
I guess he just got a full level while hiding in the trees. And because I was just looking, all right, EG are doing an offensive move here with a level 4 Snap and a level 4 Grim.
Oh,
and then
Bryle
the
focusing on Nightfall now. There's the cookie. Will it be enough to get away? I guess so.
Yeah, well, I think Bryle gets that kill if he dives, but he doesn't have an escape plan after.
Saberlight. Okay, Jarex is going to die to the Ion Shell, it looks like. Inkswell from Crit. Will hit
Nice
on only
timing.
one. And Saberlight looks to be fine, although Abed has come to play now. There's the cold snap with the EMP to follow. Saberlight can't make up his decision on which way to go. EMP does connect. And looks like, wow, that's a very ambitious TP. It's like, if Dubu did it, I can too. Crazy play, but no. It's a 50-50.
Well, at least you get a free one for dying, so.
True, but sadly it's
Do you like that
off
mechanic?
cooldown. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Well, are you going to just ask me about every single mechanic in the game? Do you like that, analyst?
I think it's okay.
Great, great analyzing.
Thank you. I mean, it's not honestly. I guess the role that on average benefits the most from it is probably the support, right? Because the 5s die the most on average and don't need to buy TPs. And that's part of the reason. It's another, you know, I love talking about power creep in Dota, and that's one of the contributing factors is when you die, you get punished less. So you get more gold passively, you get more gold because you don't have to buy TPs when you die. There's more gold on the map, there's neutral items. You know, the game has just ramped up its pacing a lot in the last year.
You know, for something that looks so mean, he really is just a piece of shit.
Why did the Kobold decide that now is the time?
He doesn't do anything.
What? Are they
Actually,
just
so useless. The only thing he's good at is dodging things, because nobody wants to hit him. They don't want to spend the time to hit that creature. I mean, I'm guessing this is from a shovel, right? It's not like from a camp or something. Moon Meander, Nightfall with the charge, Inkswell combo on top of Nether Strike. A couple TPs to come, but it's not going to be enough to save Moon Meander, but can they get collateral kill on top? They're going to focus on the Grimstroke for now. Bryle looks like he's going to likely get this kill. Is silenced with the Phantom's Embrace. Take it off pretty easily. Now
Grip's
the Nightmare
ready.
onto Abed. Grip from the sideline. Dubu inside the trees, but they have vision. Nightfall, nice charge, canceling that. Cold snap now into Bryle. Oh, Tornado. Only going to clip Dubu. Looking for a bash is Nightfall. There's the Ice Wall. Not really going to do too much, but Dubu, as long as he's by a tree, he's going to feel very safe.
Nightfall was very aware that that was going to happen to Abed, so very quick on that charge. And they had no way of interrupting the charge. I think Static, the Electric Vortex was on cooldown for Bryle. Couldn't get the angle, but might find Nightfall instead, though.
And he doesn't have much mana. He does pop Bulldoze. A lot of status resist there. Arrow connects. Dubu's in the area, though. Starstorm, more than enough damage.
This war is far.
As we are looking at a replay.
Oh!
That was actually really close.
That was 0.0.
Yeah.
And as a result, he died?
Is that what happened? Well, he TP'd out? Okay, yeah, he did
Okay.
die. I didn't even realize we missed a kill. I was like, is this from another game?
That's the next level replay. Guess the year.
Yeah.
Just play a random clip.
That sounds like a cool trivia game, actually.
You need to
Just
do it without
base
the UI, though. or
Yeah, the HUD
there's too
makes
many
it
tells.
Yeah. I mean, you never know with Morphling, because he's looked the same since day one, right?
That's true.
Minecraft days.
I saw a post today that he has half the polygons of the default courier.
Wow, that's great to hear. Next battle pass, though. Jerax taken out by Moon Meander. Nice setup there for TSM.
I'm sure the community will... I'm sure there's going to be a hero remodel vote again, and everyone will vote for Morphling.
Yeah, right.
Worked out well last time with Faceless Void.
Oh yeah, what's happening? Wait, that was the Arcana vote.
No, Faceless Void got a remodel as well, right?
Oh, yeah. You'd think they'd choose somebody with a face. That's at least more to work with. That's too bad. I mean, they had the voice line thing, too, which was Spectre. That was an abomination of a vote.
Who would you want to rework on if not Morph? Who's
For
your
a
second?
remodel?
Yeah, for a model. Mirana's a cheap answer as well, so another one. No Morph, no Mirana, because that's what everybody says.
I'm going to have to think about this one for a minute. Give me a minute here as we continue to cast a game that's in front of our eyes right now instead of talking about complete bullshit as usual. There's the smoke from TSM. Oh, God, I don't know.
I'll show you the hero roster.
Okay, thank you. You cast the game while I look.
Okay. They're smoked. They're still smoked.
Is that your best?
No, it's not, but it's more fun. All right, let's see. TSM, what do they really want to do with this? They look like they want to try to pincer mid-tower, but EG are well aware, hiding on the left-hand side, so it should be difficult to find an opening here. RTZ heading toward Roche, as a matter of fact. I don't know if you just pull this off as EG, but you're going to try. Smoking into the pit. And is Arteezy going to start? He will.
All right, I'm going to go for Sniper here, Cinder, as we get back into the game. 3-man smoke from EG in the Roche pit. Will they get away with this?
3 melds.
Armor. I mean, very little mana, though, for Arteezy, so he has to be a bit careful here. Nightfall's going to get the Nether Strike on the Moon Meander. You can see the kisses from above. Looks like Moon is going to tick down. Nope, he actually will live thanks to that leap. They do find the Darkseer, though. Saberlight does have buyback. This might be worth, because he still has his ult to work with.
Yeah. Saberlight did run in with Surge there, but just got caught by the Spirit Breaker and didn't really get to maneuver the fight at all.
He's going to get dropped here in all likelihood. Do they have the vision? They pop the dust, but the arrow doesn't hit. And Roshan is going to be abandoned now from Arteezy and company.
This is a very dangerous moment for both teams, honestly. If you get any sort of good opening here, the Morph with the Shapeshift, well, that's not what it's called, but...
good effort.
He's done being morphed, so no more charges. But he did just have a charge that could have led to a fight if the vision was there. Illusion Rune for Bryle. All right, they found an opening potentially.
Yeah, EG are a bit grouped up here, but looks like the arrow's going to... Okay, grip, but it's going to get instantly canceled. Dubu has a death wish. He's dead. 30 seconds. No buyback. Arteezy, okay, that's every member.
Whoa.
Let's just see every single person before we get back to the game. Thank you. As Bryle still has the Illusion Rune to work with, so that will act as a pseudo-dispel.
They seem a little bit... I don't know. I think TSM seem a little bit disconnected. Like, they send in the Darkseer. He kind of runs in alone, gets killed by Spirit Breaker and company. Then you send in Dubu. He goes for a total YOLO grip. I don't know if the idea was, I'm going to grip them, they're going to respond, and then we can jump with Storm and Darkseer, but it wasn't set up that way by the team at all. They weren't in position to use it as a bait, effectively. So a little bit, playing with a little bit of stress here. Understandable. Like, EG are forcing Roche, you got to do something about it, but these responses from TSM have not been the right ones.
Arrow onto Roche. Arteezy has a lot of mana to work with now. He's refreshed himself. There's the Inkswell combo with the charge. He gets the bash as well. That is going to be the death of Bryle, and that should be a freebie Roche for EG.
Yeah, no buyback. And now Saberlight, if he wants to be Superman, then that's going to end badly. He's going to get charged with the vision of the Psionic Trap.
I mean, Nightfall is creating so much space with that Shadow Blade. But down goes Roche, Arteezy with the Aegis. Still TSM, I mean, net worth still in their advantage slightly, so definitely still in this game. That death did hurt quite a bit, though. But you can see the farm discrepancy between Bryle and Abed, still pretty large, still 1,500 actually, 1,500 overall.
But Arteezy is really getting a lot. That's also how you want the dynamic to work usually within Quaswex, Invoker, and TA, right? You just want to give TA all the safe farm, and you want to make the moves.
Yeah.
You do have the hidden factor of Alacrity, which is going to...
Arrow, they're going to follow this up. Bryle and company, there's Soulbind onto 2. Can they follow it up? They get the Mortimer's Kisses onto several heroes. Abed is taking a lot of damage, though. They do take him out, but at what cost? Because Bryle is dead. Saberlight looks to be next potentially. Gets the Moonlight Shadow off, does Moon Meander, but the charge finishes him off in style, and Nightfall with the double kill. TSM getting wrecked in this fight. They do find Abed again, like I said, but I'm not sure if that was worth it, Syndrome.
I'm sure it wasn't.
Thank you. Is that your analysis?
Yes.
Okay.
That was, I mean, are you seriously asking me if a 3-for-1 was a good trade for TSM?
Yep.
And I would say it's a good trade if we played our good A to Z challenge and you were, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Good joke. You can tell it's getting late here. Synderen just gives up on trying to be funny anymore. He never was, though. That's what he doesn't realize.
Yeah, so it's actually an improvement. I'm coming to my senses past midnight.
Depends on your perspective.
I know.
Jerax, right? You can see Tomato. He does have...
He's going to wall that?
Lincolns, actually.
Wall dust, okay.
Yeah, Saberlight.
Nightfall doesn't care.
He sure doesn't.
Okay, again, I know I'm repeating myself a bit here. They seem a little bit on edge, right? Like this is not the usual TSM, and I said they weren't going to be tilted after game 1, and I don't think they are, but just the way their strategy works, they seem a little bit less certain about what the next play is, so they're not really on the same page with what to do, and EG are really capitalizing right now.
Yeah, so. It's true. I mean, it's impossible to know, but yeah, it doesn't feel like they're tilted, but a couple of mistakes. I mean, this is not out of reach, though.
Absolutely not.
Very even game,
Definitely
despite the Aegis being on EG's side. It's really Arteezy is the hardcore carry of this game.
It's just based on what we've come to expect from what we've seen from TSM the last few days, right? That they've looked so clean, and they're really being tested here, and it's making them make some unforced errors, really, that they haven't been making too many of the other 2 days. Tomato's going to get out here. Has the Lincolns. He's working towards Manta. So going for a classic carry morph build. Obviously, Lincoln's a almost necessary tool this game against Spirit Breaker.
Yeah.
It's a rough matchup if you don't have it.
The Nightfall absolutely owning, right? I mean, he's top 3 net worth as a Spirit Breaker. Going for I believe it's BKB next, I would assume. BKB is online for Arteezy. And looks like he's going for the Aghanim Scepter next. You see the charge. Oh, actually clips Tomato. Pretty much full agility there.
That's very fortunate for Bryle, because that means he has time to react on the Spirit Breaker connecting there. That could have got really scary, but Morph gives the info.
I mean, this was a pretty late Spirit Breaker pick, right? Wasn't it 4th pick for EG? Or was it last?
3rd, 4th. They picked it
4th?
together with Grimstroke in the 2nd phase.
Hero has come full circle, it feels like, as Tomato going to get EMP'd. He's going to get slowed as well with another strike back into the ice wall. Tomato blown up by Arteezy. That is the state of the game right now. EG looking very good right now.
Yeah, TA with refraction. TA with Alacrity is nasty.
And like I said, Arteezy is going for the Aghanim Scepter. That feels like a win more type item. Would you agree that this is, I mean, it's a lot of map control, a lot of pushing of lanes as we have the charge Inkswell combo again. No Nether Strike to work with though for Nightfall. As Saberlight will be able to get out.
Yeah, I agree. You have control of the map. You can just keep ramping up. You can make a lot of connection plays with Spirit Breaker, which is kind of cool. If you have traps in all the lanes and Spirit Breaker sees an opening, you're there. Bryle used his entire mana pool there.
Yeah, and they're going to try to get Saberlight instead. Cold Snap EMP with the Spirit Vessel applied as well.
They'll get Dubu.
Yeah, Dubu will sacrifice himself again. Oh, Tomato. That's the side blades. There's the Aegis, though. And I'm sure TSM, that's probably what they were having their eyes on, is the timer of Aegis. But they don't have enough farm right now to really take a fight, I feel like. We have Bryle with the Orchid, obviously no BKB yet. Saberlight has the Vanguard, but still no Ags. And he talked about Morph already, just the casual Yasha to go along with the Lincolns. Feels like a couple items away from feeling at least a little bit more confident in fighting. I think the BKB on Storm and Ags, Darkseer are the big ones.
Yeah, you're probably, even with the Aegis down, I think you wait for the next item timing.
I mean, it looks like it's going to align pretty nicely between those two and Manta on Morph.
It's definitely a good lining up of items. For EG, I think there's going to be some counter items, though. We have the BKB on Spirit Breaker completed. And the Ags on TA should also be online when those other items come up. So, but EG aren't going to wait around. They've got a charge onto Moon Meander.
Yep, Sunstrike. Oh, the Nether Strike, I think, brought him out of the AoE.
I think it did hit, maybe.
Did it?
It's a level 2 Sunstrike.
Oh, that's true.
It's not too noticeable. But yeah, not enough there. Moonmeander is relatively tanky. With 1400 health, he has the Pupil's Gift. For the extra 14 strength.
Nightfall has his BKB. Oh, we're going to see this. All right, let's see. Nope.
Oh, you're right.
Actually
missed. Yeah.
Don't think, I mean, that wouldn't have been enough.
Wouldn't have been enough, no.
Dubu, caught in no man's land. Cold Snap Spear Vessel combo again. He's getting charged still, so they have an idea, and Nightfall gets a freebie.
Yeah. Abed in the neighborhood gets a Vessel charge, so keeps that on 3, which is important. You want to keep having these vessels moving into the middle of the game. You know, Morphling has the Manta. He might Manta off 1, then you have another one to punish. Especially if the Manta gets used previously without getting Vessel, then it's starting to be really good. And you can probably force that with potentially a Phantom's Embrace plus Spirit Breaker charge combination. Then you might have to Manta that off if the Linken's was already popped. Tower goes down to Arteezy here. Very strong Axe on the way.
Indeed. Has the double damage as well. Still half duration to go.
I'm really impressed with TSM that this is a 1k gold lead.
I keep looking at the net worth thinking it's going to be something bigger than that.
Yeah, I feel like the way EG are controlling the map, they should have a bigger lead than they do, but TSM are finding really good farm around the map, especially Tomato sitting on 236 CS is getting what he can while under pressure. Still anyone's game for sure. I have to keep in mind that we've been praising this EG lineup quite a lot and what it's able to do, and Spirit Breaker is not this fall-off hero that it used to be. He also scales very well into late game. But you are playing against Storm and Morphling, and of course the Darkseer will only be getting better as well as the game progresses.
Dubu, all right, he's going to get the grip off with Tomato coming in to blow up crit as Nightfall gets off the BKB Nether Strike combo. So they'll find the Darkseer, so it's a 1-for-1 to start as the Kisses take out Dubu in turn. Tomato turning into the charging Spirit Breaker will find himself a kill as well. So it's a 2-for-2 trade. And now the focus is on Tomato. Arteezy alacritied up, so much damage to work with. And as a result, Tomato's in the grave.
And he was trying to find some fog around that one tree, but unfortunately he was targeted by good old Fey Grenade from Abed, giving them the vision.
Nice.
So no way out. Still though, maintaining the 1k lead. Even though they
Are
do
we
low
sure that's not bugged?
Is it stuck?
Yeah, well, I mean, look at Arteezy, like the distance Arteezy has versus everybody else. That's the crazy thing. It's literally 4,000 extra gold on him.
The win probability, according to Gaben, is almost 2-to-1 for Dire right now.
2-to-1 for Dire?
I think it was 62% Dire.
Wow. Okay.
So.
Well, this Roshan attempt is going to be pretty big. Arteezy, again, out of mana here. So if the TSM end up contesting, they could potentially fight this. This is a shard, so we'll likely pick it up on TA for that extra silence to go along with the Aghanim Scepter on the traps.
Absolutely.
And it looks like it'll be EG's again.
Other noteworthy shards here.
Hey, the gold went up, by the way.
Oh, nice. There you go. Now it's a 50-50. Look at that. That changed really quickly.
Second Roshan, man. Good stuff. They used to have cheese. Remember that?
Yeah.
Actually feels like so long
broken.
ago. That was like 6 months ago, right?
Yeah.
It's like not
something
that
like
long.
that. Yeah. Second Roshan, that patch was very broken.
Very glad they kept shard, though. So it looks like Arteezy is going to be working on an Orchid for himself, likely to be a Bloodthorn, I would assume.
Charge.
All right, Inkswell charge. Dubu, dead. Oh, but arrow does connect. Okay, Nightfall. Not going to be stunned for too long. Buyback onto Dubu. We see the focus on Abed. He gets blown up, and Saberlight looks to be the trade of sort as Nightfall trying to continue on. Essence Ring was popped. Oh, the grip. That is a dead Arteezy Aegis, and he is completely surrounded by 5 members of TSM. And he's going to be brought down very quickly. Huge kill here for TSM. Huge fight in general. It looks like Mr. Jerax is going to be next on the list. So a 4-for-1 with the buyback only needed on Dubu, I believe.
Even a 5-for-1 if you consider the Aegis, right? That's a very, very good outcome. And you just see Tomato turning into that Spirit Breaker, just owned up that entire fight. I think part of the problem in that fight for EG is their target selection. So after the fight breaks out, they didn't have detection, first off. So Nightfall and Arteezy couldn't kill the target that they isolated. I think perhaps Spirit Breaker should drop the Windlace to get a dust. You're going to see, so the Dubu kill they do get, right?
The Dubu kill they do get.
Yeah. But now, after this, Nightfall is going to ult Saberlight over here. And Saberlight's just barely going to get disguised here by the Moonlight Shadow and gets out with Dagger, right? And it's so much time that's just wasted, right? Arteezy and Nightfall used, what was that? A good 15 seconds on not getting a kill. In the meantime, Timato's just shredding everyone with Brown.
This is a big kill. Nightfall is a very big kill for TSM. They finally get him down. Feels like he has not died in quite a while. He's 6-2.
And it was just a trade-off for Dubu again.
Yeah. So TSM finding some good momentum.
Absolutely.
And it evens up the game again. Had a feeling this was going to be a really good series. And we're seeing that already. Of course, game 2 of a best of 5. Winner of this gets more DPC points, more monies, and more respect from Synderen. Me, I respect everybody equally. Synderen...
That's incorrect.
Okay, how so?
You respect me less than anyone.
Yeah, but you're a robot. You don't count as someone. Like, I don't include my computer when I say someone.
I do. It's my best friend.
Very sad.
I spend more time with it than any person.
That is true.
And so do you. Do not lie to the audience.
That is also true. I will admit that. Thank you, Synderen, for bringing to light my addiction to the internet.
Oh, actually, true. You're kind of splitting it between the computer and a tablet now. So maybe...
I mean, a tablet is a computer, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, this conversation is getting more and more dull as it goes on. So
it was shit to begin with, let's be honest.
Let's abandon ship and restart conversation.
Haste,
it's going to be helped out here. Soulbind onto focused onto Arteezy. Arrow keeps him in place. 90 seconds.
Oh, no.
And by 90, I mean 80 as crit. In the tree line, he's going to be spotted by... Okay, I thought the waveform will see him. Okay, there we go.
I got it.
So that's 2 quick kills for TSM, and now they can get a lot of map control and maybe some towers here.
They could get racks. If they knew, actually. If they push straight down mid here right now with 5 heroes with the wave they have, I think racks were a real possibility. But yeah, Arteezy dying there to get that haste rune. He thought he could just sneak in and get out, but it was a bait from TSM. Very nice punish.
All right, well, they're going to come back to the mid lane, looking for stragglers, I believe, in that area.
Yeah, they have a siege creep here, and there's nothing... Abed does have a Midas, but I don't think... Is it on cooldown? First of all, it's on cooldown, and secondly, accessing that siege creep for him would be really difficult, so... I would actually have loved to see TSM squeezing a little bit more of advantage out of this, but they're going to take
I love how you tried to make a Midas cooldown exciting.
It's the only thing they have that kills the siege creep.
That is hype. No,
apart from
cool.
TA.
No, I like it. I like it. I was not being sarcastic when I said that.
Okay, it sounded very real.
I know, but it was real. So 3K lead now for TSM, and
now you would imagine Uncle Gaben really likes them, and he does. He's a big TSM fan in this game now.
My goodness.
82% Dire favored win probability.
I was looking at Moon Meander's items.
Look at that roller coaster from 8 flags.
It's going to be 9 flags by the end of this game.
Yep, probably.
E-Blade on Moon Meander. E-Blade.
Yep. Very good item against TA.
Very cool. And you just can, use it in conjunction with Morphling. He doesn't even have to get one himself.
Mirana has got 2K gold from neutrals?
That's a lot of arrows to creeps, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
Goodness. I wonder if that counts for, like, the arrow percentage hitting, if it's a creep now. Because it's actually a good thing sometimes, right?
There's no way to check your accuracy, though, is there?
Sure there is.
There is?
No, I just made that up.
Oh.
5-man smoke from EG. Oh my god, the charge from Nightfall so fast, but
nice
Beautiful Nightmare again from Dubu. The saves coming left and right. Big back wall. Soulbind immediately used, though. The focus is now onto the Storm Spirit. Pops the BKB, getting bashed into oblivion. Looks like he's going to die. Has the buyback. Will be expended immediately as Dubu finally falls here. And we'll see if TSM can continue on. Nightfall able to charge out to safety. Bryle and company focusing on Arteezy, and they'll get him again. 85 seconds. No TA. And now that Storm has bought back, expect this push to come.
That was pretty expensive for TSM. I don't think they can go high ground whatsoever with 2 dead heroes here, and they traded a buyback of crit for a buyback on Bryle. I think EG are probably pretty happy with this. It's going to cost them top tier 1, of course. Timato playing one of the best single sieging heroes in the game when you're just hitting the tower on your own like this. Very quick.
Yep, very nice.
Bringing that down.
Won't know about Roche for another minute and a half as we're going to see a replay here.
It's just... What an
absurd how fast.
Godly nightmare, though. Really nice from Dubu here.
Yeah.
And this vac wall, already 2 BKBs were in use there. If Arteezy and Nightfall weren't pre-BKB'd for that vac wall, that would have been a total disaster. But they do have a little bit more in the tank, and I think in hindsight, perhaps Saberlight was better off waiting a little bit longer there, but it looked really juicy, right, with all those heroes together. But you've really rubbed off on me in a bad way. I've never said juicy in my life until you started talking to me.
It's a good word. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, you can see that.
You can see Fly there.
Yeah.
Smiling.
Standing in for Saberlight today, who's coaching TSM.
The clone. Clone Wars. 5K lead for TSM as they're going to smoke up. And, I mean, EG, kind of fortunate with these 2 deaths to Arteezy. Did not have buyback on either of them, but not a whole lot of...
Why is there a gem on the ground? Oh. It's a trap!
Yeah, he picks it up, and looks like Brow's going to focus on Grim to start. And they find Crit as well. So 2 supports for free, and the gem as well.
Why was there a gem there?
I don't know.
Huh.
It was like right in the middle. It wasn't even close to a cliff, right?
No, exactly. He wouldn't have dropped it for the vision to see on the high ground or anything.
And that just expands the lead now to 8K.
Yeah, that was really big.
TSM have a good grip on this game now. No pun intended with Dubu.
Yep. But they do.
They do. All right, focus on the tier 3 tower. Charge.
Moo.
All right, the Yules to take off the Bulldoze. The BKB immediately, but... Okay, I was going to say the grip is going to be a great counteract to that, but a nice tornado. Canceling it all. Yeah, not feeling super comfortable just because one support is dead.
Isn't it ironic that the cow got saved by tornado?
Why?
I'm sure someone in chat will appreciate that one. That's fine. Tornado is a type of dish you make with beef.
That's
with
the name is
with tenderloin. It's a tornado.
I thought this was a reference to Twister because there was a cow at the end of the movie that was in Tornado.
Yeah, that's actually that was actually what I meant. Good one.
You've never watched the movie before.
No.
So.
What's a movie?
Let's see the cancellation here.
So there's the Yule for the Bulldoze.
Yeah.
And then instant grip from Dubu. But Abed very quick.
Yeah.
With that nado. Nicely done. Oh. Well, Roche is up.
Roshan, I hear him.
He's bashing.
He's angry. He has Aghanim Scepter available for the taking.
Who do you take that on as Dire?
Oh,
probably Storm. But he's buying it.
That's true. He could turn that into something else, though.
Probably give it to Bane. I think the Bane one is legit, because then it's hard to get Tornado, right? When you grip.
Yeah, it's possible, though. Still possible.
Well, how is it they place the illusions that grip when you have
I think
Ags?
they're in a line, as we're going to see the normal punch applied, and goodbye, Jerax.
Oh, he died.
Is that enough to take Roche?
Probably. I mean, not necessarily to auto... Yeah. Look at the hero placement. It actually is enough.
Yeah, they're not remotely
EG are not interested in contesting whatsoever. Tomato with the DD. Very balanced.
I still think Bryle takes this.
The X?
The Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, I mean, he could rethink his item build then.
Yeah, he takes it. So he consumes it, rethinking.
Yeah,
looks like Bloodstone now.
Okay.
I like it.
I would have honestly also liked the Axe and Bane. I think it could have been
all right.
something.
Bottom lane, Nightfall trying to take off Tubu. Looks like the Tornado's going to do the job for him.
Oh,
tries
too
to
late.
TP out with the Tornado. So many Tornadoes in this game, Cinderin.
Yep.
A Yules, Tornado from Mr. Abed himself. So it's a 1-for-1, but definite favor for TSM since Mr. Cow himself is quite huge.
Arteezy is charged.
He is.
And is he in a sentry or no? So Morph is honestly in a position where he can solo kill TA if she's in sentry. Because he can charge, and if the charge connects, he can Manta, break refraction, and then he has Scotty, and she can't get out. Except with the Ags, I guess he also needs to silence her, so probably can't get out, actually.
Great theory crafting.
He needs very little help in order to kill Arteezy, and that's concerning for Arteezy in these fights, right? It's a really big part of the Manta build in this game. It's just his ability to ruin TA's defenses very quickly.
Yeah, that was some great theory. That was like a 8 flags theory crafting. Very vomit-inducing experience.
You are my worst friend.
Your only friend, too, so...
No, I have my computer.
Oh, yeah, we've already established that. Crit, by the way, has his shard, so we've already seen that, but Inkswell shard is pretty ridiculous. His Tomato focusing on the tower in the top lane. Meanwhile, Mortimer's Kiss is being applied to
good
Meander. Normal punch with the vac wall. Saberlight creating a lot of space here. Soulbind onto 2. But while this is happening, so much damage was done to the tower that Abed had to TP back to defend.
I trust everyone was out of sight.
I'm actually surprised Tomato came. I figured he would just get raxed by himself since his team was creating so much space.
I guess he was worried that this was going to turn into a big fight, but honestly, I agree. Like, the Spirit Breaker was dead. I don't think there was too much risk involved staying up there.
Well, Bryle is getting charged right now. I'm not sure he's going to connect here, yeah. Moon Meander's build is awesome. Blink Dagger now to add to his arsenal.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Actually queuing up the boots to travel into... Okay, Ag's actually on Morphling. Who does he want to turn into?
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Maybe Storm?
Yeah, I guess.
You can get the Electric Vortex, right? I mean, he can waveform in Vortex. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just not one of those. It's not like a Dark Willow.
No.
But Tomato focusing on the Rax mid. EG doesn't look like they want to defend this. I mean, still 2 minutes left on the Aegis, so can't really blame them. Top lane, oh, the grip onto Nightfall.
There's Bulldoze, though.
Bulldoze. Looks like he's fine.
He's going to get 25 on Spirit Breaker, actually, off 1 creep now. Oh, boy.
Zip in. Bryle, the arrow connects as well. Looks like that's going to be a freebie onto crit. No buyback, and they know this. Jerax is next. That's 2 supports dead. So huge number advantages here for TSM. 5 versus 3, not even including the Aegis.
And Dubu is just wasting Nightfall's time so much. Finally will die, but that's 2 lanes of barracks in the meantime with no Spirit Breaker involvement.
Yeah. TSM cannot get... oh, sorry. Wait, can they get Megas?
They can.
Is that a tower? Oh, that's a trap on the minimap. Okay.
Oh.
The trap looks similar, as we have the Bloodthorn now online for Arteezy. And they got to make a final defense here if they're not careful. Nightfall trying to create as much space. No sentries in the area, though. So it looks like EG will at least respawn with everybody up. That made literally no sense. Just ignore that sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
They will respawn with everybody up. And now they're up. So 5 versus 4.
Tomato still has an Aegis for a minute. He can just go for this.
He is going to feel very confident, for sure.
He has charged. They broke the Lincolns.
Yeah, but the zip back in. Electric Vortex with the Agnum Scepter with the vac and wall and normal punch to boot. BKB's popped galore. They're going to focus on Arteezy, and he's going to drop to the deck. No Arteezy for 100 seconds, no buyback. Deafening Blast on top of the Meteor on the wall itself. Looks like Nightfall is going to be next on the list, but we'll get out to safety. They're just going to focus on the supports for now. They get 2 again. Abed falls, but does have buyback. Triple kill for Bryle. GG is called. This series is tied up at 1-1.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with TSM. Okay, so the most impressive thing about this game for me was I didn't really see the direct, obvious synergy in their lineup, but the most impressive thing was how little they fell behind while EG had map control.
Yes.
Like, they just kept finding really good farm on both the Storm and the Morphling, even under pressure. Saberlight was also getting his, even though